Housemaid, directed by Paul Feige and starring Sydney Sweeney, Amanda Seyfried, Brendan Skinner, and Michelle Monroe. So going into this week, I wanted to kind of like look at two different films that are based on that Sydney Sweeney has started, and because I've kind of got an idea of different acting styles that she's kind of done. So I wanted to do the first one is The Housemaid. So going in, I had heard, like I didn't know if it was a thriller or something like that, but I'd heard good things. I was like, okay, let's check it out. I was actually very genuinely surprised with this movie because it ties off as being a thriller. Like it explains as being a thriller, but the way that this movie works is that you think one thing is happening, and for the 2 hour plus runtime, it kind of teases along and stuff, and then things get revealed, and then I'm like, okay, it's gonna go this direction, but it actually goes this direction, and then everything is revealed is actually makes sense in the storyline, and is interesting concept that I wouldn't have thought going into the film. So that was really well done. Looking at the pros and cons, Amanda Seyfried, Brendan Skinner, who I actually just saw in last year in Drop, he's getting some really good attention for acting. He was very well done in this. And then Sydney Sweeney. Sydney Sweeney is, after I'd heard her film in Christie, I wanted to see that tiff that was in there. I wanted to see her their acting potential. She was great in this, showing that different perspective of the character. And then Amanda Seyfried is great as well. So yeah, I was genuinely surprised with The Housemaid. If you see this on like streaming in Canada or whatever on streaming or something like that, but even if you wanted to see the DVD version of this, I would recommend watching this in the library. So yeah, The Housemaid starring Paul Feig is definitely recommend watching on the library and even on streaming. So highly recommend.